While the pandemic isn't over, business rent and wage subsidies soon will be. Labor advocates say the loss of these programs will be devastating for some business owners and workers.
There's a good 900 flight attendants that are not working currently at Sunwing.
The president of the Canadian Union of Public Employees, Local 4055, Rena Kisvelvi, represents over 8,000 Sunwing flight attendants. Kisvelvi says the airline participated in the wage subsidy program until August, allowing the airline to pay workers who were at home. Since it ended, she says it's been stressful.
It's caused a lot of sleepless nights for many of my members. Many have lost that income and are currently working jobs that are just above minimum wage or at minimum wage.
Kisvelvi says some are still unemployed. The travel and hospitality sectors have been hit hard during the pandemic.
A lot of businesses are not generating enough revenues to pay all the bills. Only 36% of small businesses in Canada are making normal revenues. A lot of businesses, about a quarter of small businesses in Canada, are still not fully open. A lot of businesses still have to cope with capacity limit and other restrictions.
The Canadian Federation of Independent Business is calling on the federal government to extend these subsidies past October 23rd. The CFIB isn't alone.
The pandemic is still here. We're still in the midst of it. And the government support should have been provided until the pandemic ends.
When originally those dates were set, everybody was hoping that after a 2-dose summer, there would be that adjustment, and there wasn't that expectation of a fourth wave.
Economist Sheila Block says we can't move towards an economic recovery until the public health crisis is dealt with. As of the end of last month, the Canada Emergency Wage Subsidy gave out more than $91 billion in support. At some points of the pandemic, the program was supporting the wages of more than 5 million Canadian employees. That number was down to just over 855,000 this past July. The Canada Emergency Rent Subsidy for businesses and charities has given out over $6.1 billion as of last month.
And we have to really remember to protect people who are vulnerable. And those are workers in low-wage jobs. And those are also some small businesses who really have had a tough time over the last 18 months.
The federal government has extended these subsidies before. They were first set to expire in June and then September. The economist we spoke with says it may be time to consider doing it again. For City News, I'm Maleeha Sheikh.